Welcome to this beginner's walkthrough for Procreate, a digital painting app. This is part 2 of the series for Procreate. Please watch part 1 if you haven't already done so to help understand the basic layout of this app. This video will focus on the following features: the Paintbrush, Smudge and Rubber tools, with a simple explanation for the layers and colour palette as well. Unfortunately, there is not a free version of this app and it's only available on Apple devices. Please check out our other videos showcasing digital painting apps for Android and Kindle Fire devices as well. First, I'll open the app like so, which will take us to our gallery view. And then I'll create a new canvas by tapping the plus icon in the top right corner. I'll then choose to create a custom canvas, which I will make 1000 by 750 pixels wide. I'll just tap the Create button and Procreate will automatically take us into the new canvas. Now here comes the exciting part with this app, looking at the different brushes and starting to create with the tools. We can find the Paintbrush, Smudge and Rubber tool along the top. Each tool will highlight blue when selected, so you know which one is active. By tapping on the icon again, it will bring up the brush library, which shows the different styles you can choose. You can see here each brush has a preview to give you an idea of how it will look. As you can see, I have quite a few brushes saved. Each of these has a range of different brushes within it. And a lot of these come preloaded when you buy the app. So let's choose a brush. I'm going to choose that one. Each style can be edited, but we'll just use the standard settings for this piece. So I'll select the brush and make some marks on the canvas. A stylus, like this one, will help you make more precise marks than just using your finger, so it's worth investing in one. There are different styluses available specifically designed for digital painting. I'm using the Apple Pencil as it works best with iPads. So we'll just make a few marks. We can now edit these marks and see what other features Procreate has. If I tap the undo button, which can be found down here, you can see my marks disappear. If I tap the redo button, which is below it, you can see they return. If I select the smudge tool, and you can see it now looks blue, I can tap it again and bring up the brush library and select a new style. We can get different textures and blends depending on the brush that we use. If I select the rubber tool, I can delete specific areas. For all three of these tools, you can use the sliders along the side here. The top one changes the size, the bottom one the opacity, which is the strength or transparency of a brush. This works with both paintbrushes and the rubber tool. Now, I want to show you where you can change the colour of your paintbrush. In the top right corner, there is a coloured circle. This shows the current colour which is selected. If we tap it, we'll open up our colour wheel and palette library. There are a lot of features within the colour menu, which I recommend you take the time to explore. For today, I will just use the standard colour wheel to select our colours, like so. If I create some new marks, you'll see a new colour. If we reduce the opacity of this one, again, you can see it changes the transparency. All these techniques are really useful to know about when you are learning about digital painting, because it will give you a really versatile range of techniques and different styles to use when you create your paintings. They're also really fun to play around with. Now, let's clear our canvas and draw something new. If I tap the layers icon on the top right hand corner, which looks like the two squares, this shows me which layers I'm currently using. The currently active layer is highlighted and shows a preview of what we have just created, so we can see what's on each layer. You can also rename these layers, lock them and hide them. You can also delete them if we want to. There is a range of different layer styles you can also play with, but again, this is a very basic tutorial, so we won't be exploring that today. First, let's tap the plus icon to make a new layer and hide our first layer by tapping the tick. As you can see, our view of what we had just created disappears from the main canvas. However, we can still see it on the layer thumbnail. So this is quite useful for keeping track of where each layer is. You can see layer 2 is now highlighted blue, showing that this is the new active layer. So let's draw a simple flower to get used to the new tools we've just explored. So it's not perfect, but that's my simple flower. Once you're happy and you want to save and share your image, tap the gallery button in the top left-hand corner. This will return to the main gallery page. Procreate automatically saves the work for us. As you can see, if I tap it, it zooms us back out. I can open it and continue working by tapping on the canvas again. Please note though that the undo and redo buttons have reset, so I won't be able to undo anything that I'd done before I saved by going back to the gallery. Now, if you want to share your picture, tap select and then tap your canvas. You can see it will have a blue tick next to the title. You can now tap share and choose which format you want. I recommend saving it as a JPEG if you want to just share it with your friends. Now, in my next video, we'll be looking at fonts and calligraphy within Procreate using the Paintbrush and font tool. Hope to see you there.